Hi guys, today's going to be a video talking about opposing thoughts. So not, why you need to be on a mental diet because of negative thoughts, but specifically thoughts that oppose your desire, because it can be slightly different to the very, very obvious negative thoughts. So I'm going to talk about that in relation to applying your mental diet. Whilst you are doing your mental diet as well, these type of thoughts can come up, and what it means and what to do when they do come up. So that might have been a little bit of a vague intro, but it's because I just want to get into the content when I actually start talking about this in a moment. So if this sounds interesting, then please obviously keep watching and do thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell because it would mean a lot to me and you'll stay up to date with everything. I also offer coaching. If you're new here, you won't probably know this, but I do have quite a few different coaching services on offer, whether it's a digital product that you just purchase and have for yourself and you use it yourself, or one-on-one written coaching. So you get one-on-one support directly with me and you can have as many emails as you want. So all the details of what I offer are written on my Instagram, which is linked below in the description box, LOA Coaching. You can also email me. Everything is, by the way, listed in the outro of my video. If you stay till the end, there is an outro that will feature all my contact details. So yeah, now we can start the video. So it's very, very easy to fall into, I don't even want to say pattern or fall into this, be tricked by this, because it's just normal human nature. It's the way the conscious mind works. But it is very, very easy for you to be reminded of or just have these thoughts come up in your conscious mind about 3D circumstances. So basically the opposing thoughts. I would categorize opposing thoughts as very, very broad. It can be so many things, which is why I think it's so important for me and other coaches to be discussing, because it's not just, but SP hasn't texted me, and then you saying SP texts me all the time, and then again, but SP hasn't texted me. It's not as black and white as that. It can be very, very nuanced and specific. So it can be something as simple as just your current 3D circumstances. So if you're manifesting an SP, could be you remembering, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to like a singles party with my friends, or I'm gonna go to a singles event, or oh, maybe I should go to that bar this weekend because maybe I'll just talk to a new girl or a new guy and get distracted from my SP. That's you. You're not saying your SP doesn't love you, isn't committed to you. You're not saying that verbatim, but what you're telling your mind again is that you're single. You don't have a committed SP, you don't have the relationship because you're thinking about going out and meeting someone new. So it could be something as simple as that, where it's not even a negative thing. It's you trying to be positive and upbeat and make plans with your friends, but you're thinking from a perspective of you're single. So it can also be, I haven't thought of an example, but let me give something other than SP. It can also be if you're trying to manifest getting a specific job and you're just starting the process, you really want to get a specific role or work at a specific company, and you tell yourself, let me go on this platform, let me go on this website and start sending out 100 applications because then I have a better chance of even just getting a job. Or, oh, do you know what? I felt really good about that other interview I had. Maybe that other company will offer me the job. Yes, it's a positive thought, but it's not you reaffirming and telling your mind that you have the job. Because if you're affirming, Microsoft offered me the role, Microsoft offered me my dream role, and you're in that process and you're manifesting that, by thinking about applying to other jobs, yes, it's positive, but it's opposing your desire. So it's okay to think that. Don't think you can't have any type of thought like that. You can even have multiple throughout the day, just not the majority. So on a mental diet, try to be aware of those, and as many times as you can manage to, also be flipping those types of opposing thoughts. I hope those examples made sense. So going back to the SP example, because I think this is where in a relationship people get tripped up the most, because manifesting another person has our emotions tied up in it so much that it can seem like it's more difficult, but it doesn't even mean that you're thinking negatively about your SP. It could be that you're manifesting, let's say, and focusing on better communication, which is often, I've seen a pattern, what people are trying to get at least. And they've been really on and off, kind of half ghosting you, not sending you the full responses that you would like in the past, let's say, and you are telling yourself, okay, they've just replied, but it took them 4 hours. What were they doing? Why did they take 4 hours to reply? And you start complaining to yourself that they took long to reply. Guess what's going to happen next time you talk with them? they're going to take long to reply because you're not shifting the story in your favor. You're not reminding your, it's okay to think that, but then the mental diet comes in. So I'm not saying you have to be a perfect robotic human who doesn't think anything except from their manifestation. You can think about what's going on around you in your life, obviously. You can acknowledge that it took your SP 4 hours to text you back. That's not the issue. The issue is that you let it sit in your mind and you repetitively think it, and then you wonder why the 3D reality isn't shifting quickly. So when that type of thought does come up, you flip it. So you can have the thought, but try and catch yourself as best you can. So when you're actually applying your mental diet or doing your affirmations, you're already thinking from the new story. So in that case, when this type of thought comes up, that is where you actually do ignore it and leave it and let it go, because you're already telling yourself the new story. So to clarify that even further, if you are applying your mental diet because you're having a tough day, so you're repeating an affirmation or flipping it into a positive opposite, something like, I know that SP loves me, of course SP loves me, and the thought keeps coming up in your mind that opposes that, you ignore the negative thought, you don't panic, you don't pay attention to it, you leave it, you let it go, you pretend as if someone really annoying has come up to you and they keep repeating the same annoying thing over and over, and you just start ignoring them. You treat the negative thoughts like that. I'm not telling you to ignore people in public, by the way, or be rude to people, but it would be like someone, like if there was someone super annoying who like 50 times kept coming up to you and saying the same annoying complaint over and over and over, at some point you're just going to ignore it. So do the same with your mental diet. If you're already looping a positive affirmation or statement, they're the same thing pretty much, but you know what I mean. If you're already looping it, you don't need to acknowledge the negative thought. You keep going. You ignore the opposing thought. Because I found as well for myself, even when doing affirmations, if I have a specific opposing belief, like let's say, you know, I wanted to buy a specific item that was always out of stock, and I knew that I didn't have it in my 3D reality, if that thought keeps coming up in my mind, I'm going to ignore it because I'm still affirming right now. In the moment, I'm telling myself, I've already bought this item. I've already bought this item. I have this item in my home right now. You know what I mean? So you're already telling yourself that. You don't need to go and pay attention to it. And opposing thoughts essentially do still, sorry, my throat's going because I've been talking. I've just done another video right before this one, but opposing thoughts still oppose I messed that statement up. Opposing thoughts still oppose the new story. So you are not thinking in alignment with and repeating to yourself the new story if you're allowing an opposing thought to sit in your mind unchallenged. You need to flip it as many times as you can remember to, acknowledge it. If you are mentally, physically able to in the moment flip that thought, do it, because that's how you're going to keep in line and aligned with the new story. So if you are having opposing thoughts that repeatedly come up over and over and over, and you don't realize that actually what you're telling yourself is the opposite of what you're manifesting, and the two can't exist at the same time, then it's opposing the new version and it's stopping the new version from fully becoming your reality. Also questioning and doubting your manifestation and any progress that you've made. So doubting how much movement has happened, questioning it, trying to go out and look for movement, that's also opposing the new version and an opposing thought, because you're questioning it. You're not, if you already had it and you knew it was yours, you wouldn't be sat there, oh yeah, I have this engagement ring from my SP. Wait, did my SP actually propose to me? What if my SP doesn't propose to me? You're not sat there thinking that. You know it's happened. You know it's yours. So you have to kind of think of it from that perspective. How would you actually be thinking if you had what you wanted? And then recognize the thoughts that don't align with that. So if you are feeling doubtful, just from time to time, and you find yourself having a really difficult moment, difficult day, just analyze some of your thoughts and try and catch them. Be like, I'm going to be super aware. I'm going to see what comes up in my mind, and then try and maybe immediately write it down on your phone or in a notebook, just so you can see what thoughts are coming up and recognize, oh, so I never realized that was actually going against the new story. You can then catch yourself more easily, because it really does come down to the quality of your thoughts. So just try and be more aware and catch whatever you can when it comes to negative thoughts and opposing thoughts. As I said, there is a slight difference, but you just want to try and be aware if you do find yourself struggling or having very hot and cold results. focus a little more on the repetitive thoughts going through your mind throughout the day. And yeah, try and flip them around with your mental diet and just be aware. And that's all you can do, try your best. So I hope this was a useful video for you guys. If you did enjoy, then please do thumbs up and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. And I'll see you next time. Bye.